There is a perception of biasness with the ongoing impeachment case against the former DP Rigathi Gachagua, and unless the three justices Eric Ogola, Anthony Murima, and Frida Mugambi recuse themselves, I don't see any reason as to why the three justices should preside over Rigathi's impeachment case, and I'll tell you why. And of course, if you've been keenly following my videos, I have been very categorical stating that the ongoing impeachment case may last longer than it had been anticipated. And if you have been very keen enough, the petitioner's side has been raising issues day in, day out. They first began by raising issues that the three-judge bench that was constituted by the Deputy Chief Justice was very unconstitutional, because they argued that that was strictly not under the Deputy Chief Justice jurisdiction to constitute the bench. And when that was solved, today here we are again. They have raised issues of conflict of interest among the three bench justices. And today, during the court's proceedings, lawyer Kibe Mungai raised very serious issues of conflict of interest. He argued before the three justices that Justice Anthony Murima was a very long-time friend to the Senate Speaker Amason Jeffer Kingi, to an extent that he previously attended his wedding. He, however, saw it fit that Justice Anthony Murima should just recuse himself before the impeachment case comes to its logical conclusion, arguing based on the same argument of conflict of interest, and it is more likely that whichever outcome that may come along when it gets to its penultimate, it may be biased and the petitioner's side may not be satisfied with his judgment. Essentially, the petitioner's side, being the DP's side led by Paul Mwite, have been raising very nitty-gritty questions, of which I, being a commoner or a common citizen, I can authoritatively see and say that if at all these issues raised by the petitioner's side are not earlier addressed, one thing that I'm sure of is that it will be next to impossible for the petitioner's side to accept the kind of verdict that may be given when this impeachment case comes to its logical conclusion. And this is because all these issues that are being raised clearly tells the common man that it is more likely that the courts are already or were long compromised. We all know that it isn't bad to have friends, but look at it in this context. Will the DP's side take or get satisfied with the kind of verdict that Justice Anthony Murima is going to issue when this case comes to its penultimate? I strongly believe, though we don't know what the outcome of the verdict from Anthony Murima shall be, but it has to be premeditated as earlier as today, so that when the time of him issuing his verdict both parties are going to be satisfied with the kind of verdict that he will give. And so, from where I sit, I see it fit for Justice Anthony Murima to just do the honorable thing and just recuse himself from hearing the case. This is because there are several judges in the country to whom they can be selected so that they can preside over the DP's case. And mind you, the more this case delays, the more taxpayers' money is being consumed by the lawyers and by the judges. But for the sake of a fair hearing, I'd wish and advise that Anthony Murima just recuses himself from this case and let the Chief Justice Martha Koome select another judge so that he can go ahead to preside over this issue, because currently Kenyans across the political divide have already begun shifting their allegiance to the courts, because with that at hand, with matters of conflict of interest at hand, I kid you not, very many Kenyans are going to have trust deficit against our courts. So it will be very wise for Anthony Murima to just recuse himself so that whichever outcome that the three-judge bench are going to come up with when the issue of impeachment comes to its logical conclusion, then everyone will take the verdict of the court with utmost respect. But from where I sit, that has just been my opinion. If you do have a contrary opinion to mine, you can as well feel free to drop them in the comment section, and I'll give them a right of reply. And by any chance, if you have been watching my videos and you have not subscribed, you can as well consider clicking on the subscribe button if you have not. Thank you, and may God bless you.